Hey, Bo, where are you right now? You didn't actually forget about the plans we made for today, right?
What? What plans did we have again?
Today is Nina's conference. We both promised her that today we'd be going to cheer her on there.
Ah,
Today is her national conference, and it's a very important thing for not only her, but for us as her parents. So where are you right now? I never thought that you'd leave the house while I was out shopping for a few things this morning.
well, actually, I had some work pop up out of nowhere, so I had to go into the office this morning. I'm really annoyed by this.
I knew that would be something you'd say, and that's why I came to your office to get you.
What?
Recently, you've been getting called into the office quite a lot, and so I thought you'd be here again today. I thought it would be a lot faster for me to come and get you from here instead of waiting for you at home. I just came in a little bit ago and asked the young lady at the front desk to call you down to see me. But she told me that you aren't here right now.
Are you an idiot? What do you think you're doing coming all the way out to your husband's office like that without telling me first?
What do you think I'm doing? I came here to get you. Yet I've been told you're not even here right now. What's that about? You just told me a second ago that you had to leave home this morning to come into work.
Just because I said I had work to do doesn't mean it's at the office. I can go wherever I want with the work I'm being asked to do. I'm done fighting with you about this. You go to her event by yourself today. Once I've finished with my work, I'll be coming out to see you both.
You say that, but you've never been to one of her events before, Bo. And today she's really looking forward to having you there cheering her on. Today is a very important conference for her. I think every once in a while you need to put your family before work.
Shut up already. All that is a simple conference for her to do whatever it is that she does. All it is a simple sport that she likes to do in her free time, right? And now you're telling me to put her playtime ahead of my work? Not happening.
What?
You cheering her on today should be more than enough for her. I can't leave my job for her today, so you take care of supporting her.
Bo, what you just said was pretty cruel, right? That girl has been putting all of her time and energy into this. Yet you're just calling it a mere sport for her to kill her free time with?
Shut it! Don't forget that the only reason she's at all of those conferences in the first place is because of me! Are we done here? As the father, I'm working my butt off to make sure you both have money to keep on having fun. If it wasn't for my income, you wouldn't be able to go out shopping all the time, and Nina wouldn't be able to play her sports. Yet now you're asking me to put my family before my work? I will not have you telling me such bull crap anymore.
No way, Bo.
I'm working today. For something like Nina's conference, I'm not wasting a day's worth of work to go out and cheer her on.
Mom, the conference is completely over with now. We're getting on the school bus now and we'll be heading back to the school. And once we have our rundown of how the conference went back at the locker room, I'll be coming home.
Great work today, Nina. And congrats on being able to compete in nationals. You really put in a lot of work today, and I can't wait to see you back at home.
Thank you, Mom. I could hear you cheering for me up in the stands all day today. But Dad didn't end up coming today, did he?
I'm really sorry about that, Nina. Once again, your dad had to run into work.
Always about work with him. And he always seems to have to leave for work on the days I have my events.
He is a very busy person there, so it can't really be helped. But he really did want to come and watch you today.
Then why was he out walking around with a very young girl today?
What?
Tell me what about that is a part of his work? Wait, don't tell me. Is Dad one of those older men us girls like to call sugar daddies?
What are you talking about? What did you see today that makes you think your dad was walking with a younger girl?
At today's conference, the men's team played for a really long time, right? And since my team had already finished their matches for today, we decided to take a break outside and walk around. We had to kill some time, and since I was burnt out from the matches I played, I couldn't really find the energy to cheer for the men anymore. So while I was out relaxing with some of my teammates, I saw Dad. Or at least a man that really resembles him.
What?
That definitely had to have been Dad back there. I mean, I'm his daughter after all, so I know what his face looks like. And that man was him. Although he was really talking with that younger girl like he was trying to go on a date with her or something, I could tell it was him.
Like he wanted to go on a date with her? That had to have been another man. And if it really was Dad, then perhaps she's just someone from his office.
I don't think it's right for someone Dad's age to have the arms of another girl from his office around him. And when looking at her, she was not in office-appropriate clothing. Even a high schooler like myself knows that. Mom, that was Dad today on a date with the younger woman he's cheating on you with.
Cheating on me with? No way.
Don't get too worked up over it now, Mom. Dad's never really cared that much about you and I, and it's shown for a very long time now. Also, there have been loads of times where he just sits on his phone smiling without even batting an eye towards either one of us.
What?
But of course, hearing all this now is pretty rough for you, right?
You're a lot more cut and dry than I thought you were, Nina. You just saw your own father in the act of cheating on your mother, yet...
Well, that's because I'm in high school now and see all kinds of crazy things here. If I were still in elementary school, it would be one thing, but what I saw today doesn't even compare to some of the things I've seen and heard about in school.
I'm sorry, Nina. You happen to be so well put together, yet both your mother and father are acting like children.
Don't even worry about that, Mom. As long as I still have you around, I'm okay. And since Dad has never really cared about me, I don't really care that he's out cheating now.
Nina.
Oh, the bus is leaving now. I'm gonna hop on with my sub and relax a bit while eating it. See you later today, Mom. And since my team is going international, make sure to prepare a dessert or something for me.
Of course, I'll get you all the dessert you want to eat. Have a safe trip back home, okay? I haven't been able to get anything from your dad, so he most likely won't be coming home tonight. So you and I can feast on some really nice cakes and such from the local bakery.
Happy birthday, Dee Dee! Now you've turned 40 and can finally be considered over the hill.
What? What the heck is this about? It's rare for you to ever remember the day of my birthday, Bo. I mean, you forget about everything when it comes to Nina and I, so what gives?
Hey, you and Nina are both really insistent. I've never forgot about either of you, like you always say. I just have work to attend to that pops up out of nowhere. Get it? Out of nowhere. Yet ever since that weekend a month ago, you both have been ignoring me like I'm not even a part of the family anymore.
Work popping up out of nowhere, huh?
Well, none of that really matters anymore, though. Now that you've hit the age of 40, I have something I've been wanting to talk with you about.
Oh? And what could that be? Don't tell me that you went ahead and reserved a special dinner for me at a steakhouse or something.
Huh? Who would ever want to go out to dinner with you? I have something far better than that ready for you as a present. A divorce, all ready to go with the snap of my fingers.
Excuse me?
Actually, I happen to run into the girl I've been destined for, but I still have a wife and daughter keeping me chained down. I'd been putting up with the fact that I'd never be able to marry her, but now that you've hit 40, I think I need to move on. That's why I'm asking for this divorce now.
I never thought someone could be so cold-hearted that they'd ask for a divorce on someone else's birthday. Although I had the suspicion that a day like today would be coming, just didn't think it'd be the day of my birthday.
What was that?
I've known about you cheating on me, Bo. You seem to be really hitting it off with a very young girl.
What? You've known about it this whole time? Well, that makes talking to you about all of this a lot easier. Of course, you're on board with getting a divorce from me, right?
Yes, of course. Which means that now we have to decide on the more fine details of the divorce, right? I plan to make sure that with this divorce, you pay me the settlement that I'm rightfully owed.
I've been planning on doing that for you from the start. I happen to be a gentleman and will take responsibility for all my actions. I promise to not only pay you that settlement, but give you half of our shared properties. Actually, if you have a look at your bank account, a lot of the money I planned to send you is already there.
You really had everything squared away for this then, huh?
That girl keeps yapping my ear off about how she wants to get married right now. It's a hard life being a good-looking man like myself.
Is that right? Then what about custody of Nina? Before I talk with her about it, I'd like to see what you want to do.
I'm not taking care of her. I've been waiting a long time now to start my new life with the girl I'm destined for. Having a high school girl getting mixed up in that would be a pain in my ass.
A pain in your ass, huh? I don't think you should be saying that about your daughter, though, Bo.
I don't need to see her again, and I'll make sure to pay whatever child support she needs. That should leave you without any complaints, right?
So you have no interest in your own daughter whatsoever?
I'm sure she doesn't have any interest in me either, right? She's at that age now where she sees her dad as being annoying anyway. If anything, she'll be happy that I'm leaving her now.
I see.
Even you're happy about this happening now, right? As long as you go and allow this divorce to happen right now, I promise to give you the rest of the money and child support for her. And you can have full custody of her.
Nina said she wants to go with you.
What?
She's been sitting with me and I just asked her what she wants to do. And that's when she told me she wants to go with you instead of me. Which means you're going to have to take custody of her, Bo. Please and thank you.
Excuse me?
When it comes to child support, you can have it by not paying me anything as a settlement. Now, please take great care of Nina for me.
Hey, hold your horses. Nina really said that she wants to go with me? Stop screwing around with me. I don't need to have custody of her.
Even if you don't think you need them, it's up to her as the child to decide. And as your daughter, you have to listen to her if you want this divorce to happen. And what she's saying is that she wants to go with you.
Why does she want to go with me? Normally the kids should want to go with their mom in the divorce, right?
Well, I want to go with you so I can continue playing basketball.
What? Is that you, Nina? Why are you saying that you want to go with me? That would mean you have to come and live with my girlfriend and me. You shouldn't want to have to do that, right?
I don't want to do that, but I do want to continue playing basketball for my school. Dad, you're always telling me this, aren't you? That it's because of you and your income that I'm able to play these sports?
What?
What you're saying is true, Dad. Playing for this team does cost some money, and that money comes from you. I have to pay for things like new shoes, new socks, and knee bands, and from time to time, I need to pay for the hotel stays. That's why I can't let you leave me when I have to be paying for all these things. I want to play for this team until I'm finished with high school, all right?
You're only going with me because you want to keep playing basketball?
That's right. That's just how much I love the sport of basketball and playing for my team. I'm sure you would have never noticed that I liked the sport and team so much, though, since you're always interested in cheating. But I happen to be an all-star on my team. I'm going to play at the international conference soon, and I've already been scouted by a couple of universities.
Are you serious?
But I wouldn't be able to continue playing for another 2 years if all you gave Mom was child support. I don't want to burden Mom any with my life, and since you already have a good-paying job, I thought I should just stick with you. I just can't quit playing basketball at a time like this, Dad. I just can't. So even though I'm going to hate living with your girlfriend now, I have no other choice but to go with you. But don't worry, as I'm a teenager, I can care for myself as long as you pay for me.
I am not playing games right now, Nina. If you go with me, then I'll be in trouble. I never thought for an instant that you'd want to go with me in the divorce. Are you saying that you can't burden your mom, but when it comes to burdening your dad, it's totally fine?
I like to think so. I mean, you're nothing more than a cheating dumbass.
What?
I don't care about what a dumbass has to go through. But really, don't get too worried, because I'm not going with you in order to break up your guys' relationship or anything. I would actually love to have a little brother or sister, so go ahead and try for a kid with her.
Wait, you can't be serious. If I have to bring my daughter with me, She's not going to like it. She already told me she couldn't have you around.
Hey, she was the one going out with a married man, so she has no choice in the matter. Was she not aware of the fact that your daughter might want to tag along with you after the divorce? Or perhaps she's even more brain dead than you are, Dad, and didn't take into consideration the risks of wanting to lay her hands on a married man.
What was that?
That's right. I want to know about the university that your girlfriend's going to right now. In a few years, I'll have to go off to college as well, and I would like to avoid whatever school is churning out a dumbass like her.
What? Hold on, how come you know about her still being in university?
You really think that high schoolers don't know a thing or two about the real world? All I had to do was go online and I found all her social media accounts. She seems to think it's really cute to post all these stories about how she's dating a married man.
What?
I never wanted for Mom to be any more shocked than she already is about you. So I've made sure not to tell her anything about how you're with a girl half your age who is still going to Ding Dong University.
You don't talk about my girlfriend that way. My girlfriend is neither an idiot or a dumbass. She's a very important and smart person to me.
Then you shouldn't have a problem with me going with you, right? If she's not as stupid as I think she is, then she should be prepared for you to bring your daughter along after the divorce.
Hold on, she's...
Anyway, now that you're aware, I can't wait to go with you. Please let your girlfriend know that I can't wait to meet with her. Oh, one more thing. This is from Mom. She no longer wants to see your face anymore, so don't come back here. She also wants you to go ahead and send her those papers right now so that she can sign them the moment they're here and hand them in.
Hey, Dee Dee, what the hell do you think you're doing to me? My girlfriend, Ashley, just told me that she can't marry me anymore. I was talking with her about Nina, about how she was wanting to come with me into our new life, and that's when my girlfriend went and told me that I was not allowed to bring Nina along. She then went on to say that if I'm bringing another woman's kid into our relationship, there would be no marriage.
Well. So she really had no clue what she was doing then, that stupid college student.
You go and talk Nina out of coming with me right now and figure out a way to take full custody of her from me.
That's not possible anymore, Bo. When it comes to things like being a parent and keeping custody, a girl Nina's age can decide all of that herself. And I'm not going to force her to have me as her mother if she's wanting to keep you as her father.
I'll pay you however much you ask me in child support, okay? That should be enough to force you to take her, right?
What? You can really give me any amount I ask for?
That's not all I can do for you. I'll make sure to give you whatever you ask for in child support, as well as pay for all of Nina's basketball-related gear and crap. I've even gone ahead and made a contract up for this. I've already signed my half, so I'm sending this contract over to your place right now so that you can sign yours. Therefore, please take Nina away from me.
Not only are you still willing to pay for anything related to Nina and basketball, but you're also willing to give me as much as I ask for in child support? Are you really sure all of that is okay?
With how things have turned out now, I have no other choice, but you have to make sure she goes to you. If you don't do anything about Nina, then my girlfriend is going to leave me for good, and then I'll have nobody. I will not allow the girl I'm destined for to run away from me.
Understood. I suppose I'll go and have another word with her about this.
Make it quick, please, because if this ends up causing my girlfriend to leave me, then I'm never gonna forgive either of you. Hey, Dee Dee, you know what? We don't need to get a divorce after all. I'm coming back to you right now.
What's this about now? You were all excited about getting a divorce from me, yet now you want to cancel it? You've done a 180 from the Bo you were yesterday.
Shut up. My girlfriend ended up leaving me for good, so I have no other choice. Because of you guys, she and I had to break up.
What? So she ran away from you, is what you're saying?
While I was away at work today, she grabbed all her things and ran off. I've been calling her all day, yet she hasn't picked up one of my calls. Then, while frantically scrambling around the house, I found a letter from her. She said that she couldn't handle having Nina around and that she didn't want to have to pay a settlement to you for something she didn't want. And then she told me she was dumping me.
So she got a glimpse at reality and then bolted away from it? I guess she didn't know what she was getting herself into after all, making moves with a married man like that.
Without her around me, there's no point in me divorcing you anymore. That's why these talks about divorce are over with now. I'm coming back to your place right now.
You can make the trip back here, but I'm not letting you inside. Also, I don't have any plans of canceling this divorce.
What?
I can't live with a man that thinks it's okay to stab his family in the back any longer. Thankfully, that divorce paperwork you sent me came in the mail today, so I went ahead and signed it all as quickly as I could and then handed it in to the courthouse.
Hey! Don't you screw around with me! I'm telling you right now that we don't have to get a divorce anymore! Are you freaking retarded choosing to divorce me over having me back? If you throw me away right now, a stupid housewife like you will never be able to support yourself.
Oh, I think I can, though. After all, I'll be getting loads of money from you in both the form of a settlement and child support. And let's not forget about the money you sent me before as part of you sharing half of your money with me.
What?
I also got that contract from you in the mail this morning. There's never ever been a better divorce for the wife in the history of mankind, I believe. So of course I chose to sign that too before handing in the papers.
What?
And like you were asking me to do, I went and had one more chat with Nina. After that talk, she told me she no longer needed to go with you anymore. She told me that with all the money you'd be giving me, she didn't have to worry about a thing anymore.
You're lying, right? Nina's throwing me away now too, then?
What kind of comment was that? Up until yesterday, you were referring to your own daughter as getting in your way and that you didn't need her anymore.
That was because I wanted my girlfriend to stay. That's why I said I'd pay you however much you wanted in child support. Yet now, with this, I'm the only one getting hurt.
You thought that a cheating bastard like yourself was supposed to escape free of any damage here? Get real, Dad. Did you seriously think we'd let you be happy after what you did?
Is that you, Nina?
Sorry for not going with you after all, Dad. But you were the one that abandoned both Mom and I at the start. Which means that now, while you're being abandoned by us, you're not going to complain anymore, right?
You. So this was your goal from the start, wasn't it? At first you were all about going with me and making my life hell, all so that I would make that contract promising your mom more money.
I learned a lot in basketball about how to play both offensively and defensively. And that was my defensive play, followed now by my offensive play. And just today, Mom and I scored a 3-pointer on you with that divorce paperwork. Just know that your money will continue going to me, playing the sport I love as I go to university to not only study, but hopefully play even more.
You freaking asshole! With the way things are going, I'm taking back everything I said about the money. I'm not paying you guys anything in child support, and as for your basketball, I'm not paying a dime.
What do you think you're saying when you already gave Mom the contract which she's now signed? You already signed and dated your half, which means the courthouse and Mom's lawyer won't let you take it back. How can you be your age and a dad, yet not know as much as me?
Excuse me?
Now I'm going to go and join Mom as we both start a new life where we no longer have you getting in our way. I really hope that you and your ex-girlfriend get back together soon. I wish for a happy future between you and that dumbass university student of yours.
That day, I made sure to tell the courthouse that the divorce was final, and that my lawyer would be helping me get the child support Bo promised me, which they did. At first, Bo tried to snake his way out of paying for Nina to continue playing basketball. But when my lawyer sent him a notice stating that he needed to comply with the contract he made, he couldn't get away. As for the ex-girlfriend that ran away from Beau and the settlement she needed to pay, I had Nina give me the number to her university, and after a quick phone call to them, they grabbed her. The school went and forced her to leave for the rest of the semester, and later I had a talk with her parents about what happened. After that talk, her parents forced her to drop out of that university, and her parents went ahead and paid me the settlement, which they will now force their daughter to pay over time. As for what happened with Beau later on, having taken on a lot of debt in order to pay off both that settlement and the child support, and quitting his job due to backlash from his superiors, he started working at a local convenience store. Thankfully, everything worked out as Nina and I had planned, and I'm now left with a bunch of money I can use to support my daughter and I as I slowly begin to look for a job again. And Nina can now do whatever she needs to make sure she continues to play well in basketball, and perhaps one day get a full-ride scholarship from it.
Candace, you made a mistake when writing this check out for our wedding. But don't you worry, I'm the only one who's noticed that the amount on here is wrong.
What? Is there a problem with the number I wrote for you guys?
When I opened up the letter with the check inside, I noticed that the amount you wrote down is so little. So I went and double-checked to make sure that wasn't the case by looking at the written-out amount at the bottom of the check.
You're already opening all of the letters and gifts?
And when I looked at the amount you wrote out, you really did mean just $1,000. That's not something I ever expected from you, Candace. Maybe you forgot a zero when writing the dollar amount up top and just went off that? What? I'll hand you back your check and you can write us out another one, please. I'll let you take care of that one in the private rooms here if you'd like. I wouldn't want anyone seeing you write out the real amount you planned on giving us today.
I'm sorry for somehow getting your hopes up like that, but when I wrote out that check, I did mean to only give you $1,000.
What? What are you talking about? This is the wedding of your oldest son and his wife, me. As the mother of him, you should be giving us the largest amount of money out of everyone here. What? At the very least, I was expecting $10,000 from you. No, $20,000 should have been the very least coming from you. Are you sure? That's why I really had my hopes up for the check you'd be giving us today. And from what I know about Brent, both his family and his friends all make loads of money. That's why I was expecting you to give him even more than his friends did today.
I suppose our family does tend to make more than most families, but we live out in the countryside in that old house and have never really had to spend much on anything. So sure, we have a lot of money saved up, and my husband does make a decent amount like his brother and his parents had. But I wasn't going to just give a large amount of that to Brent because he's my oldest son.
No way. So you really mean to only give me $1,000? This small amount is all you set aside for me?
You're calling the money I've given you there a small amount? I'm sorry, but that was very rude of you.
You're the one being rude right now. This is your oldest son's wedding of all things. There is no way you only set aside $1,000 for me. I never thought that you, Candace, were so poor.
You're calling me poor now?
Give me a second to wrap my head around this. I am in so much shock right now that I might actually pass out.
I'm very sorry for letting you expect something more out of me. I understand now that the amount I gave you and my son as a present isn't enough to satisfy your needs. But I really do think that your guys' wedding is a very special occasion, and that's why I've sorted something else out for you both.
Mom, I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, but could you please come and let me into the venue? I'm not able to open any of the doors right now, and I'm stuck out here.
What do you mean? Are all the doors locked? Or did you just forget to bring the invitation for the wedding and the staff won't let you in?
I have the invitation, but when I was just about to step inside, Mira told me to go home before locking all the doors on me. And now there's a security guard eyeing me down who won't let me back in.
Excuse me? Why would Mira kick you out of the wedding today? You're the groom's little brother of all people.
She yelled at me saying that poor people like me aren't worth letting into her wedding today.
Huh?
Actually, for a while now, Mira has been treating me like I'm inferior to her by making fun of me all the time. She always calls me a shut-in because I've still not left my parents' house or anything, but I never thought that she'd now turn to kicking me out of my own brother's wedding.
What the hell is going on right now? I never even knew that Mira's been picking on you like that this whole time.
When we're in front of you, Mom, she does everything she can to hide the fact that she hates me so that you won't get upset with her. But when it's just her and I, she'll let all of her anger out. She'll stand there calling me a NEET, and will then go on to say I'm poor. And anytime our eyes meet, she'll let out this massive sigh.
Are you serious?
I've explained to her at least 10 times now that I'm always home because I work remotely. But every single time she doesn't listen, instead resorting to the same old reply of, I'm calling you a NEET because you are one. Then she goes on to finish up with saying, quit it with those childish lies, you moneyless parasite. She really doesn't want to accept the truth, I guess.
She said all of that about you?
I've even asked Brent to talk with her, but she says the exact same comments to him.
Really? I get that both you and your brother aren't that close, but he knows about the kind of work you do and should be more defensive of what your career is. He needs to tell her that you do a very impressive job and that it's working remotely with connections to all kinds of musicians.
What he's told me is that he does know about my job, but just doesn't want to accept that I really make any money. Hence why he's not actually trying to get through to Mira about it. The last time I talked with him, he told me that I really am like a shut-in.
What?
I think his bias, or at least what I suspect to be bias, has to do with the fact that he went to a really famous university and is now working an elite job for some company. He also remembers me as that very gloomy brother of his that never really did anything in public school. Which is why now, even when I ask him to help defend me, he doesn't really try and puts me down as well. I really think he's just like Mira, but a little less aggressive when speaking about me.
Jesus Christ, that boy.
Why should I actually have to be at this wedding anyway? Now that I've thought about it some more, I feel stupid for coming. Mira told me to go home, so I think I'll do just that.
What? You're really going to leave?
I have a lot of work to get done right now, so I'll make my time count by going back home. Go ahead and celebrate their marriage for me. I'll talk to you later, Mom.
Candace, I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, but would you please go home for me? The wedding is still not started yet, so if you go home, nobody will ever notice. What? Are you kicking out the mother of the groom right now? The thing is, before being a mother person, you're a moneyless person, right? And I don't see any real point in letting someone like you stick around for the wedding today. Excuse me? You do understand what kind of wedding we're going to have today, right? Considering this is your older son's wedding, I want to make sure neither of us will be embarrassed by anyone and that it's very, very fancy. He happens to work for a large company as an elite businessman and is my pride and joy. So I would like to have a wedding today for him that will make all of his friends and mine jealous. But if there's even one poor person here today when it starts, I'm afraid the whole wedding will be ruined. Moneyless? You're going to call your fiancé's mother something like that on a day such as today? I'm just stating the facts. All you are is a poor woman who couldn't give me anything more than $1,000. Huh? I'm really disappointed in you, Candace. Brent happens to be your first son, and since your house is so big, I assumed that you had lots of money. I thought that meant you'd be giving me at least $20,000 with no issue at all. I even made sure to have a nice seat and everything set for you, but that was all for nothing. Right now, you are using some very selfish remarks to speak about this. I assumed before that you would become a really fine wife for Brent, considering you had always spoken so softly. However, now that's not the case at all. You don't need some kind woman to be your son's wife anymore now, do you?
I was only being kind and soft-spoken before because I wanted to get close to you and your money. But since you don't have anything, why should I still be kind to you?
I heard about the kind of person you've been under that mask from Grant. You seem to be worse than his brother has been to him, making fun of his job and calling him a shut-in.
That's because ever since he was in middle school, he's done nothing other than sit in his room. Unlike what Brent has done, Grant never went to college after high school and never even looked for a job. He tells me all the time that he works remotely, but that really just means he's gaming in there. You really think I'm going to play nice with such a lowlife like him?
Do not call my son a lowlife. I cannot believe this is the kind of behavior you've had all this time. I'm even more disappointed in you now.
Like I was saying before, it's me who's disappointed in you right now. Now, you get your butt out of this wedding venue right now. I don't have any use for a moneyless old hag like you. And if you're not even going to give me the $20,000 I'd been wanting, then I'm not letting you sit and watch this fancy wedding unfold.
I just want to ask this before I do leave, but has Brent said anything to you about what you're about to do? Is he okay with you kicking out his mother?
Well. You thought he'd stop me from doing this? Well, that's too bad. He told me I could do whatever I wanted with you guys.
I see. So even my older son is saying that it's fine for me to be kicked out?
I'm sure that even he is disappointed in you now, Candace. He was so kind by allowing you to come and be at his wedding today. He was being kind by letting you come and see your older son, who just so happens to be very well educated and work for a large company as an elite, get married today. But now that we've seen you're nothing more than a selfish and moneyless old hag, you have to go. Brent himself is disappointed that his mother ended up being such a childish poor loser.
Then tell him to give me back the money I put into the wedding.
What?
This gorgeous and fancy wedding you're supposed to have today? The one that's costing close to $70,000? Yeah, I'm the one paying for it. But since you both seem to be two heartless and self-centered pricks, I'm asking for all my money back. I'm heading home right now, so before I go, I want all that money back in my bank account.
What do you mean? We haven't been borrowing any money from you in order to pay for this wedding today. This whole entire wedding is being paid for by Brent himself.
Well, then you ask him where he got all that money from. Because as far as he and I should be aware, that money is all from me. Sure, he may make a lot at that nice job of his, but the kid has never saved any money. Ever. So in order to throw this wedding for you today, he came to me begging for some money.
What did you say?
I warned his sly little butt that if he didn't have the money to afford the wedding, not to try for it. I told him that you both should save up some money of your own first before even trying to plan one out. But Brent has always had this unknown pride inside him that I'm not sure where he got it from. And you know what he said to me? Right after going to the courthouse, there should be a wedding. I'm inviting all of my friends to it, so if the wedding isn't fancy, then I don't want to be married. Selfish things like that were all that came out of his filthy mouth. I had no other choice, so I said that I'd lend him however much money he needed for this wedding today.
That has to be a lie, because he never once told me anything about that happening between you two.
You think someone with ridiculously large pride would ever say that to their wife? He seems to think if he doesn't have any money, he can just get it from his parents.
No way, though.
By the way, he told me to keep this a secret from you. He told me that telling her would ruin my pride, so leave her out of this. So there you go. But you know what? His pride and the way it's affected you isn't my problem. I don't want to care about you two anymore. I don't have the time or money to be sitting around doing everything my dumbass son and his brain-dead wife say to me.
Then that means he really has to give you all of that money back today? And then we'll have to pay it all off ourselves? $70,000? I can't pay that kind of money.
If you don't have enough money, then use what you got as gifts from your parents and the guests to pay. You did say that all of his friends gave him money and that it was more than what I gave you, so there has to be close to $70,000 there.
No way.
I'm going home now. It's up to you and your husband to figure this all out now.
Hey, Mom! I told you to promise me that you'd never ever tell Mira about the money. Why the hell did you go and tell her without my permission first?
I was being kicked out of your wedding for being poor, okay? And from what she was saying, you agreed to having me kicked out. If you both want to act like total dicks to your family on the day of your wedding, then screw promises.
I had no other choice. I wanted to avoid getting into any fights with my wife today. Also, I never said that I agreed with what she was doing. Sure, I told her to do what she wanted, but that's all I said.
That excuse is not going to get you out of trouble this time. I want my money back right now.
Hold on, please, Mom. You promised me I could pay that back to you little by little each month, right? Having to pay that all back to you right now in one payment?
When you borrowed that money from me, you said something very important, right? You said that you'd make sure to show me one hell of a beautiful wedding today. Yet what about today has been so beautiful that it would make me feel special? You started it with all this promise breaking, Brent.
That was...
BS. You really went all out inviting all kinds of people today to be your guests, from coworkers to friends. That all should have given you more than enough money for your wedding today, along with Mira's family. If that doesn't give you enough to pay me back or pay off this wedding, then start selling the things you own in order to pay everything off.
You're kidding, right? If we have to sell all that we own, we won't have anything left in the end.
Really? Then perhaps you should have never tried giving such an expensive frickin' wedding to begin with.
No way!
Ah, one other thing. If you can't pay me back today, then I want you to come to my house when you have the money and hand it all over to me in person. I want you there doing so, not for me, but so that you can go and apologize to your brother for everything you've done to him.
Huh? Why do I have to do that for him?
About part of that money you received from me for your wedding, half of that came from Grant in order for you to have enough.
What? Grant gave half?
At the start, I was planning on handing you everything myself. But after talking with Grant about it, he said he felt bad that I had to hand over so much for you. A lot of the money would have come from my savings that I've had so I can retire with a safety net. So Grant told me to keep half and that he'd give me $35,000 to hand to you.
Come on now, there's no way that's true. Half would actually be $35,000, right? No way a shut-in loser like himself would ever have that kind of money to just give away.
You've always talked about your little brother in such a terrible way, haven't you? Well, that kid is making 5 times the amount you do in a year.
Huh? You're telling me he makes 5 times the amount I do?
Grant told me he just wants to focus on his work. So when it comes to his income and taxes, he's left me in charge of all of it. That's why I know how much he's making a year. And last year he went above and beyond to get a lot of work done. Because of that, he made close to 10 times your salary.
That's a damn lie! All Grant is a lost cause shut-in. Yeah, I've heard that all he does at home is work on things that relate to musicians or something, but I bet you 100% all he's doing is their chores, right? All he should be making doing that is their spare change. There's no freaking way in hell that such a gloomy loser like him is doing anything important with some stupid musicians.
God damn it, Brent. How much more are you going to slander your brother like that, huh? The way you're always making fun of everyone else and acting like you're the best is why everyone hates you so much. I thought that by getting married you would calm down a bit and learn to leave others alone. But no, you just ended up marrying a woman who just so happens to be even more unbearable. Which means that neither of you are ever going to learn to be half-decent people.
Hey, please, Mom, tell me that's a joke. Grant? He didn't even go to college after high school. He can't be making that much more than me every year. He can't be.
I don't know what else to say to a jerk like you. Have fun with your wedding, Brent. When it's over, get your ass to my house and pay up.
Candace, thank you so much for lending us money to pay for our wedding like that. Because of that, today your older son and I were able to have the best wedding ever. All because you and Grant lended us so much money.
You're welcome. I'm so happy to hear that the wedding went well for you guys.
And so, after getting all the money together that we received from all our guests and family, we came to about $40,000. It really will be tough for us to pay everything back to you in one go like you asked for beforehand. So, would it be all right if we had some time to gradually pay off the remainder to you both?
No, I want all of that money back by the end of today.
Then, what do you think about this? From now on, I'll make sure to be a lot more loving towards you as your daughter-in-law. Because I'm being so generous by doing that for you, could you just forget about the remaining money?
What was that?
How about every time I come over to your house to hang out with you, that pays off $200. And anytime I go out to dinner or something with you, another $300 is paid off. There aren't any daughter-in-laws on this earth that are willing to become close and love their mother-in-law, right? I'm sure that all of your friends will become oh so jealous of what you have.
You have to be kidding me right now. Did you really make it this far in life only to come up with an idea like that for paying me back?
That's right. I like to think that this idea I just gave you is way better for you and I than anything else like money. Oh, and here's an even better idea. What if I were to introduce your son Grant to a woman who might actually want to become his wife? Would you take the remainder and make it disappear?
Huh?
I just thought of this because Grant, being the shut-in that he is, he's never touched a girl before, right? However, hearing that he's making even more than Brent right now, I heard all about that from Brent just a second ago, actually. And, well, during my wedding today, I told a lot of my single friends about Grant, and they all started to say they wanted to meet him.
That is enough from your ungrateful mouth. You think introducing some woman to my son is going to get all of that debt you're in cleared? How awful of a frickin' idea is that?
But you being Grant's mother, Candace, you want to see him married to someone, right? I'm sure you've been worried for a long time now about him being forever alone, right? I happen to have a lot of really good-looking friends that I'd highly recommend for Grant. There has to be a decent price on showing a couple of women to your son that would love to marry him, right? Maybe $30,000 worth?
I'll go ahead and meet with those friends of yours, but you'll have to give me $1,000 first.
What?
Hi, this is Grant. Earlier today, you had me kicked out of your wedding due to the fact that I don't have any money, correct? I'm so happy that you'd be willing to introduce all of your friends to a man who has no money at all and is a parasite. How kind of you, really.
Grant?
I'm really sorry, though. I don't care to get married, but if you really want them to come and see me, then I'd like $1,000 first. If you can pay me that right now, then I'll be willing to set aside some time to entertain them.
Why would I have to pay for you doing that? I'm the one introducing a bunch of really sexy girls to you, you freak, and you want me to pay you for that? No frickin' way!
I never once asked you to show them to me. Also, I see you're still wanting to call me a freak and all that, but I'm making $1.3 million a year over here. Of course, to make that kind of money, I have to work a lot of hours every week. That means I don't have a lot of time to meet with other people. But if you're so dead set on me meeting with your friends, I can do that for you. For a price, of course.
No way. This is all too weird, right?
How is any of this weird to you? You were just going on about how you'd charge my mom to go and meet with her. Yet the moment I ask for money to meet with your friends, you want to throw a fit? What kind of spoiled little brat are you?
That was...
If you don't want to pay me, then forget about me seeing your friends. I don't even care to meet with anyone right now because I don't plan on getting married yet. So no, thank you. Therefore, from now on, unless it's about the money you owe us, don't talk to my mom or me. Based on how the wedding went for us today, my mom and I are now cutting ties to the both of you.
What? Are you serious?
My brother seems to have such large pride now that he thinks he can just do whatever he wants to anyone without ever being punished for it. I don't care if he's our family, we don't see him that way anymore.
No way, wait. I only just found out how much money you have, Grant. You and your mom both have the money to pay for our wedding like that without any worries at all, right? I feel like I can really grow close to you both now, yet you're wanting to cut ties to us now? Don't say that.
Well, my mom and I don't have any reason to grow closer to you, but we have plenty of reasons now for why we want to get as far away as possible. Anywho, my mom has one last thing to say. Don't even think about getting any of my money after I die. I plan to use it all up so there's nothing left for anyone. There you go.
You're joking.
My mom would never joke about something like her money. I asked her to start spending it all up so there'd be nothing left when she's gone. I have the money to take care of her if she ends up spending it all too soon, so don't worry. I've always been a bit of a shut-in, like you said, but I happen to appreciate my mom for all she's done for me while I've lived here. So I'm paying that favor to her.
No way. I don't want her spending all of our money. Please, take back what you said about cutting ties to us. I'll apologize for all the horrible things I said earlier.
We don't need your apologies anymore. Now, you and my brother have a good one. I'll be with my mom, taking great care of her so that you both won't have to.
After that, with all of the money and other things they received as gifts, their car being sold, and Brent's watch being sold, they were able to pay Grant and I back everything they owed. But right after that was taken care of, Brent learned about all of Mira's debt. She had gone and maxed out her credit cards on things like facial care for the wedding, as well as full-body spa treatments, putting her at $10,000 in debt. I'm sure the reason she was asking for so much from me at her wedding is because she wanted to pay that off as well. She had only just gotten married and was on her way to becoming a housewife, but due to her poor spending, she was now having to work a part-time job. As for what happened with Brent, it turns out him not making as much as Grant every year really got to him. He started to mumble to himself that he would show everyone that he was better than his little brother, and really began to focus all of his energy into his job. But due to him being so hostile in the workplace and never reaching the sales goals made for him, he was asked to transfer to a different department where he wouldn't make nearly as much as he had been. And that transfer will require him to move to a completely different state.
Zoe, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about today. I didn't think that my mom would be coming over to the house without telling me first.
I was shocked at first, but everything's all right now. I've always wanted to meet with your parents, so this was a great way of finally achieving that. And the timing for this couldn't have been better, right?
But we were finally having ourselves a relaxing date at the house. Recently, the both of us have been so busy that we haven't even had time for a date these past 3 months.
We can set up another date at the house when we have time. Now, as for your mom, when she saw me, did she say anything about how there was a woman in the house? I was worried that when she saw me, she would think I was causing trouble.
Don't worry about her. You being here was a little bit sudden, but so was her coming in, so she understood why things started out so awkwardly. Actually, I'd really like to apologize about my mom. I think that she was a bit rude to you when she came inside.
I can really tell that you have a very powerful mom now.
And you can tell me how you really feel about her. She didn't even introduce herself before she started to talk like you were some sort of stranger. Then she began to berate you with questions about your education and your job. That was like an interview of sorts.
I'm sure she just loves you very much. And that was her, just trying to make sure I was a good fit for you. I'm sure everyone's mom would be asking a billion questions the first time they meet with their son's girlfriend.
But the way she was speaking to you was not okay. And I don't think anyone else's mother talks like that. She just kept asking you about your education, and when you told her you never graduated from high school, she immediately started to treat you differently. Like she no longer had any interest in you or anything, right?
I guess so. But that happens from time to time, so I'm not too worried about it.
I'll make sure to have a talk with my mom about that. But really, I think my parents have always behaved that way towards others, and me talking with her isn't going to change things. They both really care about others' education, and act like that is the only way of judging others.
I see. So your dad's the same way?
Hey, Zoe, I hope that this isn't making you second guess. You're not thinking about breaking up with me or anything right now, are you?
What?
I know that I've spoken about this with you before, but I plan to marry you in the future, and that's why we're together now. So I was just thinking, well, if you're worried about how my parents behave, then maybe you'll be worried about our marriage as well. Now I'm getting a bit worried that you're going to want to break up with me soon.
Don't worry about a thing, Casper. I trust that the next time your mom or dad act out in a way that would upset me, you'll tell them off and keep me safe, right?
Absolutely. Now I'm going to talk with my mom and make sure to warn her about that kind of behavior. Once again, I am really sorry about what happened today. As a way of showing how sorry I am, the next date we take, we're going to a place of your choosing.
Thank you very much. I'll be looking forward to when the next date is.
Don't you ever come to this house again, you uneducated lowlife. There is no way in hell someone with the likes of you will become my son's wife.
Is this really Casper's dad now that I'm talking to?
I hope that having all of that water poured over you will make you think twice about dating someone of our class. But just to make sure you've learned your lesson, I got your phone number from my son and I'm texting you now. So have you learned? If so, I want you to end things with my son right now. There were plenty of better women out there that will make amazing wives for my son.
Could you please hold on for 1 minute? You just came out of nowhere and dumped a whole bucket of water on my head. And now you're not even going to attempt to say sorry for that? And you're going to go on about how I should break up with Casper, like he has no say in it at all?
If you've already forgotten, I'm his father. So what I say goes when it comes to him. And what I'm saying is that you'll break up with him. I am the man of this house and everything here is under my rule. And when it comes to my son's wife, I'm the one who gets to choose. So when it comes to an uneducated lowlife, high school dropout like yourself, you're out.
Did you just call me uneducated and a lowlife?
Who else would I be calling that right now? I cannot believe my son chose to be with the least acceptable woman possible. You really did it this time, thinking you could become a part of my family. It was only natural for you to be drenched in water like that.
Excuse me?
And guess what I heard from my wife? She told me that not only are you a high school dropout, but you were raised by a single parent, your mother. Not having a man in the house to make all of the money for you guys means that your mother is poor, and so are you. That's why you had to drop out of high school and go to work with her.
Yes, at that time, my family didn't have very much money, and times were a bit tough for us. But that only happened because my dad ended up losing his life in a car accident and left my mom devastated. When that happened, I had no choice but to leave high school. But after a month or so, my mom got herself back together with me, and we both started to try our hardest. We both began to make enough money to become free again and happy with our lives.
And I'm sure 2 women trying their hardest is only half of what a modest man could do. I knew everything the moment I saw you come to our house today. We're leagues better than your sad family, and that means you mean nothing to us.
You have no idea what you're talking about right now. How could you tell me what my family is like, based off of only seeing me for a little bit?
How dare you talk back to me, you lowlife? Are you done yet? Casper is the man I raised with all my time and money, making him my treasure. I made sure from a toddler that he went to the best schools and trained with the best coaches. Because of that, he was able to get into a very prestigious university and is now working at a company far superior to the one I work for, making Casper a man I can have huge amounts of pride in. And if my son married a low-life woman like you, then all of the time and effort and money that I put into it would be a waste. So you guys getting married is not gonna happen.
I am neither a lowlife or uneducated. If you want proof of that, then ask about where he and I first met. That was at his workplace. And ever since then, things between him and I have been going so well.
What was that?
I am working for the same company as Casper. That's where he and I first met, and where we decided that we wanted to get married someday.
Do not lie to me. That is the company my son was finally able to be employed by. And there was no way a company as large as that would be willing to hire a high school dropout.
The reason I made it this far is because I didn't want my mom to suffer after my dad passed away. And so I joined her to ease the pain. I was able to prove myself in the working world, and that landed me here, in this company. I've gone to 3 different companies now, slowly but surely moving my way up to this one. That's why even though I never graduated from high school, I can work for a company as great as this one now.
No way. A lowlife like you is working in the same company as my son? Now that you're in there, that company's image has suffered, and so has my son's.
And if you'd really like to hear about the cherry on top, I've been progressing within the company faster than Casper has. So please, stop judging me based off of my educational history alone.
Did you just say that a lowlife like yourself has been progressing faster than my son in that company? I am not going to just sit here listening to your BS any longer. I bet you used your ways as a woman to move up in that company. You probably used your body to convince the higher-ups.
What?
The only thing a stupid, uneducated woman like you can do is use your body to flirt with men. That's why you're in a position higher than my son's.
I would never, ever do something like that. I actually happen to have some self-respect, all right? Now you need to stop talking to me like that, or else I'm going to get Casper involved.
Nope. I know for a fact that's what you did to move into a higher position. There was no other way a lowlife like you could have moved up in a company quicker than my son. I knew it. You uneducated dogs who grew up in such moneyless households are only good at one thing, and that's manipulating men by using your bodies. I'm sure that's how you got my son to fall for you as well, right?
Excuse me?
I say that because my son is my pride. I happen to work for a large company myself, and have made it so far that I am now a part of the company's leadership. And when it comes to my wife, she graduated from university as well, and is now a housewife part-timing as a piano teacher. Casper is the son of 2 very powerful members of this society, and there's no way someone from the depths like you will be able to enter it.
You are wrong. He was the one that asked me out first after working together for a little bit, and that's how things started. I never manipulated him into going out with me, and I never will.
I already know you're lying about that, so I'm ignoring you. Coming from a household where you never had a father means that you've never had any money. And I will not allow such an uncultured lowlife have her way with my son in order to get closer to his family's wealth.
Huh?
I'm telling you this one last time. Break up with my son right now. Then you can go back to living in the depths of this world like the rest of your kind. The only thing someone like you will be doing by marrying my son is embarrassing yourself and your mother. I'd love to see who your mother is now, since I've already had the misfortune of seeing you.
Tomorrow, I'll be waiting in the CEO's office for you. My daughter just came home crying and drenched in ice-cold water. I asked her what happened, and she showed me all the horrible things you've told her on her phone. You think of yourself as someone else's father when you talk like that? Are you even old enough to have a child when you act like that?
So this is the mother of that little brat. Have you read everything over? The reason that your daughter came home crying like a little baby is because of you. Because you never raised her in a decent household. She has to cry because she'll never have a good life.
What was that?
I knew it all along that households with little to no money have no means of raising decent children. Now go tell your daughter that everything's not going to be fine, but she's going to have to get used to living life on the bottom rung of society. I don't want her thinking she can ever be married to the son of a wealthy family ever again.
I would like you to meet with me first, before you decide to make such a baseless claim that I have no money and am a horrible mother. Like I was saying, Tomorrow, when you come into work, you come right to the CEO's office, and we'll have a long talk about your childish behavior. And I want you in there immediately, once you've come through the front doors.
What was that?
As not only a manager within my company, but also one of the longest working employees I've had, you know where my office is and how to get there quickly, correct?
Wait, one of your longest working employees? What?
How wonderful it is to talk with you outside of the workplace today, Wayne. I just never thought that this would be one of the ways I'd be hearing from one of my employees outside of the office. This is my first time in my career as a CEO where I've had to deal with someone like you.
Yo, the CEO? What? You can't actually be my CEO, Christine Streeter, right?
Would it be a problem for you right now if this was your CEO talking to you?
Ah!
And from what I can tell, you took very good care of my daughter today. You went and poured a bucket of freezing cold water all over my daughter's head. I've never heard of someone treating anyone like that before.
You're kidding me. What the hell is going on here? Why are things like this now?
Well, you will be able to figure out if this is all a lie or not when you meet me in my office tomorrow morning. You did say that you wanted to meet my daughter's mother, right? Well, you'll have your desired chance tomorrow, Wayne. And hopefully, after you've seen me, you'll have had your eyes opened wide to reality.
No, wait,
And after I've opened your eyes to the truth, you and I are going to talk. And I'm going to tell you everything about my daughter and my situation. Then, you can explain to me why you did such a thing to her, and why you think we're both lowlifes. I would like it if you can explain all of this to me in the simplest way possible, so as not to waste my time.
What?
I understand that my daughter never finished high school, and I blame myself for that at times, because I was destroyed by my husband's sudden death, and had a very hard time getting my life back together. But after building up my small company, I've made it very clear to this world that I'm not giving up, and neither is Zoe. Through my company, with the help of my daughter, I was able to make all the money I needed to pay off my husband's funeral and raise my daughter to the best of my abilities. Now you tell me, from all the help my daughter has given me that allowed me to get here, what about her is so bad and unworthy of you?
You have it all wrong, Christine. I never said anything about her being unworthy and not liking her.
I am not going to be lied to by you, Wayne. Just a second ago, you were going on about her education and lack of a fatherly figure in her teens, making her a lowlife, and that she cannot marry your son because of it.
That was just...
I raised my daughter as the most important person in my life, and made sure to be very strict with her so that she would be able to succeed in life. Nothing about my girl is embarrassing either. She has been raised to live her life as a respectable woman, and would never do the things you assume she did to get into the position she's in now. She is my pride and joy, and I will not have one of my employees treating her the way that you have. I'm going to make sure that tomorrow you tell me everything you don't like about her to my face, and then I'll figure out what to do about you. And I will not listen to any excuses from you.
Christine, you have this all wrong, okay? Could you please calm down for me right now? I was never making fun of your daughter, and I never would.
Then why did she come home drenched in water and crying? I don't think you should be saying that to me now, after you went and did such a horrendous thing to another person's daughter.
No, wait.
I am looking forward to tomorrow's meeting very much, Wayne. And if you try running or hiding from me, you can kiss your job goodbye.
I can't believe your mom of all people was my dad's CEO. I can never imagine this happening.
I didn't really know about the details either, until my mom started to explain them to me. She only figured things out because I brought your dad's business card home with me after he threw it in my face, telling me to have my mom give him a call so that he could go and see her face.
I mean, I could tell he worked for her company when I looked at the card, but I wasn't too sure until my mom told me.
So that's how things unfolded into this.
Are you doing alright? I mean, this is all so freaking crazy, right? Your dad's boss has turned out to be my mom?
I don't find any of this that crazy, actually. I was shocked at first, but now that I know your mom's not only a CEO, but my dad's CEO, I've gained a new form of respect for her and you. I mean, I always respected her, but now my feelings are even greater. When I heard she had her own company, I finally felt as though my dad would have no more excuses for why you couldn't marry me.
I'm happy to hear that, Ben. And thank you, Casper.
I want to know now, actually, whether or not your mom is against me marrying you now or not. I'm sure that she would never want her daughter to marry a guy with a toxic dad like mine.
That's not true at all. She told me we can do whatever we want and won't comment about any of it. If anything, after what happened this time, she wants you and I to get married more than ever.
What?
Something about how you were raised in their ways, but knew their ways were wrong and were able to break yourself free from them.
That's very kind of her to say that about me, but I'm so happy to hear that she's okay with me marrying you still. I guess when things have calmed down, I'll come out to see your mom again and we can talk more about our plans together.
Sounds good. She really wants to see you and has been waiting patiently for the right chance to talk about what's in store for us after marriage. Now, I'll talk with you later, okay?
Zoe, I am so sorry about what happened between us last week. Seems that my wife told me a few things that just were not true about you, huh? Because of her, I treated you a little bit too harshly, and for that I'm sorry.
What?
My wife has a bit of a hard head on her. She's the kind of woman who goes right to judging people based on their education and how they were raised. So because of that, she just assumed that you were a lowlife and told me to think of you that way as well. That's what I was told by her to believe. That's why I ended up being so rude to you, without even thinking of the person you might actually be. This was all a big mistake, and because of my wife.
Are you not embarrassed to still be acting like a spoiled little brat right now? You were the one that chose to judge me based off my education yourself, Wayne.
Hey, don't say something so cold about me. I am finally going to allow you to marry my son now, alright?
What?
My son did a really wonderful job choosing you as the woman to become his wife. And as for you, great job letting my son become your special man. I knew the eyes of a CEO's daughter would understand just how important Casper's family is. Having chosen my son out of all the men in town, I am very pleased. I'm so happy now that I'll never tell you to leave my son and find someone else.
It's almost sickening to see how quickly your behavior changed after my mom had her way with you. Especially after how last week went, and all those comments about how you wanted me to leave your son at once.
All of that was just a small joke, alright? Now, are you really going to allow my son to become a part of your family, and perhaps the next in line to take your mother's seat at that company? I learned about this from the CEO, but it seems she only ever gave birth to you, which means it must be difficult for her to decide who to give her company to next, right?
Excuse me?
So, if you're allowing my son to join your family, then that means she'll have the perfect option for who to give her company to. Because of the way I raised him, my son has become far superior to every other man his age, and will do wonders for the company. He is the perfect man to become the next CEO of the company, I think.
Would you shut your mouth right now and stop embarrassing me with all that pathetic slander, Dad? I'm already ashamed to be the son of some toxic man like yourself.
What? You just called me Dad. Is that you, Casper?
I just met up with Zoe a couple of minutes ago, after her and I went to go and talk with her mom. We were all having a chat at one of the cafes downtown a little bit ago, which made me very happy. Yet now I'm having to learn about what you said to Zoe today, and I feel sick to my stomach.
Oh! So that really is you, Casper. Great work. I'm sure today you spoke with Zoe's mom about taking over her company? How did it go? She's going to let you marry her daughter and be next in line, right? I always knew you'd be a CEO someday.
She's allowing me to marry Zoe, but I'm not going to take over her company someday, and I don't want to. Actually, all I wanted to talk with her about today is how, after Zoe and I get married, I'm cutting ties to you and Mom.
What? What was that? Cutting ties to us? You're going to throw the both of us away?
I've had enough. It's the way you both judge people based off their education and income. And I just can't call you my dad anymore with the way you always lie about having raised me so well.
What do you mean by that? I have done a fantastic job raising you as your father and as the man of this house. How dare you say such things about the man that made you the way you are and as wealthy as you are?
All you freaking did was bully the hell out of me and ruin my mental health for years. I don't even remember a single time where you treated me as your son and not as some object you could brag about.
Excuse me?
Forcing me to study and do sports that I never wanted to do? Controlling who my friends were and who I could date? I never even had time to make friends most of the time because I was too busy being yelled at by you and forced to go to cram school. Sure, you praise me sometimes for what I do, but none of those things were what I wanted. And it wasn't even you praising my efforts, but praising me for following your direction so well. Whenever I'd score 100 on a test, it was always about how well you taught me. But whenever I messed up and scored low or forget something, you blamed me and said I wasn't your son. You're not my dad, and you sure as hell never will be now.
Hell do you think you are? It was because of me that you got to go to that amazing university, and it is such a powerful company.
All of that was because of my own efforts. Sure, you pay for me to go to university, but I'll hand you all that money back now. And once I have, don't you ever talk to me again. The moment Zoe and I have handed in our marriage papers, I'm done calling you my family.
Don't you play games with me? You think I'm going to allow you to cut ties to us? Do you have any idea what those in our neighborhood would think of me if they found out my son left me?
I hope they think of you as the worst man ever, who couldn't even raise a single child because he was too busy boasting about himself. I hope they tell you to your face that you're a failure of a father for letting such a good child get away. I hope they all cuss your name.
What?
Once I've married Zoe, I'll let you know. Then after that, you will be nothing but strangers. And if you even once dare to come looking for us or even try calling or texting me, I'm telling Zoe's mom and we'll have her deal with you again.
After all of that, Casper and I were able to get married with no other hiccups occurring. And then, when it came to our wedding, we made sure not to invite either of his parents, and even added them to our blacklist. However, both of his parents tried so hard to make sure nobody ever found out about how he cut ties with the both of them. And they would go around to all of the people in the neighborhood, telling them about how their son would be marrying the daughter of a CEO while bragging. But before anyone could fully believe their words, our wedding happened. And there, Casper told all of the guests that he was no longer related to his parents and would not talk to them anymore. Because of that, those in his parents' neighborhood soon learned of what happened too, and then grew the shame in his parents' home. Also, with the help of my mom keeping a closer eye on him, Wayne became a lot more quiet in the office and never said anything about anyone. And when it came to the piano class that Casper's mom had been teaching, people found out about how she was charging parents for their kids based off of how much they made. So after everyone learned that, all of her students began to